Hello and welcome to Spark Joy Astrology. My name is Joy and I am so excited to be here with you to talk about this Aries solar eclipse that is happening today. It is big energy, big new start energy for the first new moon of the astrological year. So of course, we got to go big. And Aries is big, friends. It's the first sign of the zodiac. It loves to initiate new beginnings. And of course, this is one of the biggest new beginnings that it can initiate. Solar eclipses are big energies. These are big intention seeds that we are planting today. We're not planting a little seed that's going to last like a month here, friends, or 6 months. This is a 19-year cycle. So it's like planting a seed for a tree, something that we are going to be nurturing throughout the next 19 years. So let's dive into all of the fun, and I am excited because this new moon is on my solar natal placement. So my sun is at 19 degrees, 27 minutes, and today the sun and the moon and Chiron have come together at 19 degrees and 24 minutes. So friends, it's hot. I'm feeling it. It's burning me. But I'm really excited to share what I've been kind of going through in my life, because as somebody whose sun is where this is happening, I kind of am like a gauge to the energy that is flowing in. So I'm excited to share a little bit more about my own experience so that I can help you understand this energy a bit more. And I'm going to start with speaking to sound. Ooh, sound healing. What an amazing modality of medicine sound is. And that has been the journey that I've been on in the last couple of months now. But last night had the incredible pleasure of going to my friend's house, who has beautiful sets of Tibetan singing bowls and all kinds of amazing instruments, and has recently been going through a certification in sound healing. And wow, was I blown away by the healing that she gave me. And healing is the name of the game when it comes to this lunation. So my own personal experience is that I've had this level of healing that I've never really had before in my life up until this moment. And through the incredible simple modality of sound, pure sound. It's so simple, but so like perfect, right? We know from ancient Vedic texts that the start to the universe was primordial sound, Om, which is the seed sound of the third eye, which is where our yin and yang energies, the Ida and Pingala channels, meet. And so here we have this incredible knowledge that sound is what can balance this place of yin and yang, of life that flows. And so friends, this is my adventure in the last few months of feeling this solar eclipse energy and all that the healing energy it is. And sound is the answer. So sound, yoga, movement, breath, all of these things are incredible tools. And if you would like to join me tonight at 8 p.m., I'm actually teaching a special yoga class combined with a fire intention ceremony and a sound bath. So all those modalities to get you supercharged, living an intentional life and surfing this big energy wave the best way that you can. Okay, so let's actually dive into the astrology, because it's oh so exciting and full of this healing energy. And it starts really on March 20th, when we had this was actually a couple days of really potent astrology that I feel I need to speak to, because it leads us into this solar eclipse today. So on March 20th, we had the conjunction of Chiron and Mercury in Aries. My lovely duo here is all about the healing, going into the way we think, the way we analyze, and rewriting those thought processes to heal. That's what Chiron and Mercury coming together on March 20th brought in. The day after that, Venus made a conjunction to Saturn. This is setting the scene, friends, because just a few days after the solar eclipse, Saturn and Mars come into a conjunction. So here on the 21st of March, the lover, Venus herself, makes this conjunction with our wise, intelligent, mature energy of Saturn. This is a moment where we were asked about how we are doing in our relationships. Are they sustaining us? Are they good for us? Or do we need to become more mature and move on? This is a moment of reckoning, right? And now we have Mars making his way towards this adventure with Saturn to have a moment of maturity and reckoning. So March 21st, we move a little bit more into the month of April. Here we go. April 1st, April Fool's Day, Mercury turns retrograde at 27 degrees of Aries. You gotta love when Mercury turns retrograde on April Fool's Day. That is a cosmic joke if I have ever seen one, friends. But here we go. We're being told to slow down, to reprocess thoughts, to maybe have people come out of our past to stoke new, old but new thoughts around these things that need to be healed. And so here we go. Mercury is going backwards now on April 1st. What is beautiful, right, is that Mercury has already made a conjunction on the 20th of March to Chiron. Well, guess what, friends? Now Mercury's coming back down Aries, and he's going to make that conjunction 2 more times to Chiron in retrograde motion on April 15th, and then again going direct on May 6th. So what this is a cycle of inner healing when it comes to the way that we think. Our minds are being healed, and where they're being healed, what thought processes that we are looking at is thoughts around our egos, our courage, our power, our, anger, these things that are brought on by Aries and Mars tendencies. We're going to get into that a little bit more, just a little bit more later though. So let's first really just talk about what exactly is a solar eclipse. Well, we are working with the sun, the moon, and the earth being in exact alignment. The moon is in front of the sun today on this solar eclipse, meaning that the moon blocks out all the sunlight and we are in darkness. Some of us, if you're lucky enough, got to see totality, which was up to 4.5 minutes of darkness. In this moment, it is the hatha, the yoga, the union of the sun and the moon. If you know, hatha yoga means the sun and the moon, hatha. And so it is a beautiful moment where we have the union of the sun and the moon come together. And this darkening is like a womb moment where we have this almost birth canal of yin and yang coming into balance and birthing in a new beginning, a new reality. And that is what a solar eclipse is. It is a new beginning times 10, friends. So here we are working with this big process. It is not a small 6 months process. This is a 19-year cycle. The last time that Aries experienced a 19-degree solar eclipse was on April 8th, 2005. So here we are at the same degree 19 years later. For me, I've just ended a career that literally started full-time 19 years ago. I worked it for 2 years as a student, and then in that next 2-year time after I'd been there from the beginning, I got that full-time position, and that was 19 years ago. And I just quit that job and am now starting a new one. So here I am, my new 19-year, new job cycle. It's very beautiful. And so if you know where this is happening in your own house system, you can really wrap your mind around the themes and really have some fun there. So if you don't know, reach out to me and I will definitely give you a reading and give you all the intel so that you can go deep with this awesome information. Okay, so here we go. Let's talk about Aries. What is this Aries house where all of this is happening? Well, it is the first house of the cosmos, and so it is the initiator energy of the cosmos, in that it can be kind of naive and young, but it's very sparky and excited and like into being a leader, initiating new things. It's like the spark when the match first lights. It's that energy, that burst of energy. And so, Aries, this is courageous energy that we're having this new moon, potent solar eclipse happen. So where are you breaking out of old versions of you and becoming new, fresh, innovative yous? So here we go. What is so exciting about this new and fresh energy is that the sun is exalted in Aries. So we are being like joyfully amplified with the sun being here. And what is extra special, friends, is the 19th degree is the exalted degree of Aries. So having the sun who's exalted here at the exalted degree is like a double thumbs up, high 10 from the cosmos, that this is a very potent new start. So these seeds are very special to plant, friends. Being intentional with this big energy is very special. It's bringing in a lot of hope. And this brings me to the Sabian symbol. So there is a symbol that was channeled for every degree of the 360 degrees in the cosmic wheel. And the Sabian symbol that was channeled for 19 degrees, which is actually 20 because you round up when you use Sabian symbols, is a young girl feeding birds in winter. Okay, so as somebody who has her natal sun at 19 degrees of Aries, I know this energy so well. And it is my life. I have shown up with compassion and hope and love in the parts of my life that have been the hardest, the harshest conditions of my life, the wintry moments, is when I'm able to show up and give love. And James Burgess on his website, when I went to find what the Sabian symbol was exactly, says that it is being innocent and fearless in love. And so if that is not hope, then I don't know what is. So that is the Sabian symbol that we are baking in this solar eclipse with these new beginnings. So hope, hope, hope. And the warrior Mars, we have to figure out where he is. Where are we shining all of this hope onto? Because he's our lunation ruler. He rules Aries. The sun is exalted there. It's where it's like on its treated like royalty place, but Mars is the home ruler of Aries. So we have to see where he's at because he's the host, and he is almost about to hold hands with Saturn, remember? So 2 days after this new moon, on the 10th of April, Saturn and Mars will hold hands. They are in Pisces. Mars is in the exalted home of Venus. Venus recently moved into Aries. So she's part of this Aries party that's all about the solar eclipse. She's like helping out in Mars's home, and Mars is over there in Pisces, her exalted house, able to talk to her because they are in these mutual homes. Mars is in her exalted house and she's in Mars's home. So this mutual reception offers us this relational gold, sensitivity towards the masculine and the feminine, and really working to find balance and harmony between those energies. So that's rather beautiful, if you ask me. And Mars coming into this conjunction with Saturn is having us level up and mature. With this mutual reception of Venus, who's already had the lecture from Saturn, she's able to glean her wisdom as well and say, all right, Mars, no more ego, no more trying to push too hard, no more trying to go after things that aren't really meant for you. It's time to build a plan. It's time to find dedication and start this new chapter with integrated anger, integrated frustration. You will be pushed into the corner of frustration and anger with the conjunction of Saturn and Mars happening. So there will be moments where we'll see where we need to grow up, where we need to become more dedicated, where we need to maybe budget or make a plan or become, more of that adult. But we can't force things. And so Saturn and Mars are definitely this interesting, challenging conjunction because Saturn is that mature, slow down, take the test, pass the test because you studied hard energy, and Mars is the go get it, drive fast forward. So you have Mars putting the gas on and Saturn pulling the brake. So it's this challenge of trying to figure out how to move, but also do it very wisely. Sacrifices, hard work, plans, friends. This is how we move through this conjunction. But where we are moving through this challenge is towards April 20th, the biggest conjunction that is going down this year. I'm very excited about it. I think April is probably the most exciting months of 2024, because we have this incredible solar eclipse, and then it's followed up by the conjunction of Jupiter and Uranus on April 20th at 21 degrees of Taurus. This is big, revolutionary shifting of paradigms energy. And we are certainly being pushed and moved through the birth canal, through a bit of tension to get us to that evolutionary jump point. All right, so let's talk a little bit about the other players that are hanging out in Aries before we finish this exciting lunation report. And that is the fact that we also have Eris, the asteroid of discord and strife, holding hands with Mercury on the day of the eclipse. So at the moment of exactness, at 19 degrees and 24 minutes, we had Mercury retrograde at 24 degrees, holding hands with Eris at 24 degrees. This is having us slow down and look at where we are our own biggest enemy. Where do we get in the way of accepting love, of accepting the things that we have blocks towards, that others are trying to give us, but we don't want to have or see. But we really do. That little inner child is screaming for these things. This energy of Eris can cause challenge and strife in your life. But because it's holding hands with retrograde Mercury, these are things that we are looking at inside that cause strife. Where are our thought processes our worst enemies? Are we our biggest cheerleaders, or are we our biggest nightmare? And this is where we're being asked at this solar eclipse to change these patterns as we start this new chapter. How do we find the balance, the alchemy, the union of the yin and the yang? Well, it's through healing all that brings up these feelings of strife and discord. It's the alchemy, friends, and this is most definitely an alchemized, potent beginning. Okay, so I do believe that we have spoken to most all of the characters now, but I want to do a recap of Aries because it is a packed house. We got a lot of energy happening. So we got Mercury retrograde in Aries holding hands at 24 degrees. We have the Sun and the Moon and Chiron holding hands at 19 degrees. And we have Venus at 4 degrees. Ooh, it is a packed house, friends. From beginning to end, Aries is being infused with energy of harmony, of balance, of love, of healing, but also of going inward and looking at how we are our strife-causing, challenging, creating nightmares and healing that. And then, hello party, April 20th. Ooh, it's going to be a good one, friends. So I will definitely be back before April 20th, or maybe on April 20th with an update. Actually, it will be before, because I will be teaching an amazing class with my dear friend Ken on that day, infusing this magical energy through a asana yoga class, pranayama somatic breathwork class, and then a sound bath, and then integration. So a 4-hour magical journey to expand into this paradigm shifting energy on April 20th. So if that is something that you would like to join, friends, that's the party. So I hope you can make it to the party. It's going to be an adventure either way. Even if you can't make it to my party, you'll be partying, I promise you. So, so exciting. And yeah, wishing you all that hope that comes from that young girl feeding birds in winter. There is so much that comes from love, friends. Love is the answer, and I love you so much, and I am wishing you an amazing 19-year cycle.